Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for being here. This is our first meeting of the calendar year, and welcome. Happy New Year. Hopefully, everyone enjoyed their holiday season, and it was safe. I know the flu's going around. Hopefully, none of you experienced that within your family. So, again, Happy New Year, and welcome to our Town of Troutman first meeting of the year. I was asked to make sure that everybody's got their agenda in front of them. We're good? Okay. We will follow along our agenda. The first item on the agenda is our invocation, followed by our Pledge of Allegiance. I'm going to ask Mr. Hinkle, if you wouldn't mind giving us a final invocation.
Sure.
Good. We'll bow our heads.
Oh, Lord, we thank you for allowing us together tonight, the government of our town, and to lead our town and to set the example for our citizens and for the citizens to express their will through our leadership. May that leadership be acceptable in your sight, and may it be acceptable in the citizenry of our town and for the good of the town and our state and our country. And may God bless all of us, be with us in the upcoming weeks, and guide our country in ways that are pleasing in your sight. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Please stand as we recite the pledge. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Mr. Hinkle. No, you weren't prepared for that, but I appreciate it, and we'll miss your invocation. At this time, I'll ask council if there are any amendments to tonight's agenda. Anything from staff? Thank you. We will follow along our agenda. The first item is our consent agenda. We've got several sets of minutes. We've got the approval of an amendment of Ordinance 3825, amending the organization of Town of Code of Ordinances, Section 9101, open burning. We've also got a approval for Design and Review Board regarding the Mavis Tire location at 186 Home Improvement Street, along with the budget ordinance amendments also included in your agenda. And I think that's all we have. Oh, no, we also have the consideration for the staggering of the ABC Board expiration terms, as well as the approval of the Kimberly Horn contracts for Phase 1 and Phase 2 of the Town of Troutman sewer expansions, the Town of Troutman Eastern Wastewater Transmission Projects as well. Those are the following items on the agenda. They will all be approved with one motion unless the council member asks for that item to be removed. Council, you've heard the reading of those consent items. Is there a motion regarding our consent agenda?
I will make that motion, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Motion is made to approve our consent. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion is made, receive the second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Hearing none, motion passes. Thank you. The next item on the agenda is our recognition and presentations, the first of which is a recognition for Mr. Hinkle and his years of dedicated service. And he wasn't able to be with us at our last meeting. We wanted to present a recognition for Mr. Hinkle for his years of service to the town. I won't try to this time to say how many years that was. It's been a long tenure of service to our town. We really appreciate it. It means a lot to our community, and you've helped to shape our community in a lot of ways. And so, again, we appreciate your service to our town. And we've got a small token that we wanted to present to you. First of all, I think you were here when we designed the pedal. If you come on up. It's actually got your years of service on there, and again, thank you for your years of service. So, again, we appreciate it. And lastly, we have our usual rocking chair that we provided by the Troutman Chair Company, and those things go around the world, if you will. And so now you can have one. You probably have a few of them, but you can add one to the collection if you don't. So, again. Absolutely. Thank you. You're welcome to make any comments.
Well, I just want to say it has been an honor and a pleasure to serve with this council and the new members, and of course, George, we've served together, and Tanya, of course, I followed you on the planning and zoning, and I know you'll be a tremendous representative, elected representative on the board, on the council, and I look forward to all of you in the next upcoming 2 to 4 years, leading us in a very cautious, very judicious manner, and make our town continue to move forward and make it continue to be a great community in which to live. And I live with mixed emotions. I leave with mixed emotions. So long that kind of gets in your blood, and it's I know what a smoker and pack of cigarettes when you're all sick of cold turkey, and what I do next. And really, even though I was not able to be here at our last meeting in December due to flu, long short of it, I still missed it. All of it online, of course, and still I felt kind of lost since then. And, so it's kind of like losing a part of me, not coming up here and being on the other side. Leighton asked me what it feels like, and I said, well, now I get to toss the rocks instead of being in the receiving end. But anyway, they are, all of you are great folks, and it's been my honor and pleasure to serve with you, and I look forward to again following you in the coming years. So, thank you very much.
Paul, if you don't mind, Debbie wants to get a quick photo.
We get one that's like quality, yeah.
We'll deliver the rocking chair to you. Yeah. We're not gonna make you carry that out. Yeah.
I also want to say, I look forward to being in the community, not necessarily working under me or me working under him, but just being a friend to him as we were in the past. And I look forward to his leadership as town manager. I know you'll do a great job. I'll be calm. You do that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
The next presentation we have is our audit presentation. And we do this once a year, of course. And we've got a audit manager here, Mr. Tim Zing, I believe. So Tim, if you would, please come on up and deliver our audit results.
Sorry, I'm gonna put this away for a second. Hi, good evening, everyone. Mayor,
Good evening.
Council. My name is Tim Zung, audit manager at Thompson Price Scott Adam. Lead auditor for Town of Troutman for the past 4 years. Very honored to be here to present to you the audit results for the 24-25 fiscal year. So in front of you, you should have 2 bonded books. The smaller one being the presentation summary. I'll be using the vast majority of my speech. The bigger one being your audited financial statements. If you have any questions, not only tonight, Virginia has my contact number. Just welcome to ask me any question you may have. As the author of this book, I highly recommend to read this, especially if you cannot sleep at night. This will put you right into sleep. The record is 2 minutes, so try to beat that record. All right. If you're kind enough to flip to page 1 of the smaller book, which should be a letter form with our company logo, TPSA. Let me try if I can use this. All right. All right, so this is a letter called AU-C260. It's the formal name, and it's the required communication as the conclusion of the audit to the governance. And basically, the first paragraph here, you hire us to do your audit, and we'll finish your job. For this year, we have issued another unmodified opinion on your financial statements, which is the highest level of audit opinion you can get, quote-unquote clean report, meaning that from a materiality perspective, we do not have any issues or questions for the numbers presented on your audited financial statements. So the report has been submitted to the LGC Local Government Commission, and it has been approved. So another year of successful audit. We can skip the verbiage down there, it just requires communication. And second page from the top, under the subheading Significant Accounting Policies, you will see for the fiscal year 2025, the town of Troutman has adopted GASB 101 compensated absences. So GASB stands for GASB, Governmental Accounting Standards Board. It's a federal board, they issue pronouncements from time to time. And this year they have issued 101, it's called compensated absences. So when employees serve their times here, they earn sick leave. So prior to this pronouncement, we have always been including the sick leave calculation under the GASB 16, which was years ago. But starting from this year, based on 101, we're starting to accrue part of the sick leave as the current and long-term liabilities. So meaning that for this fiscal year, we have accrued roughly $350,000 into your long-term liability. And that could mean next year and in the future years, part of those sick leaves will be paid based on the calculation. I won't be boring you with the numbers, you just know that you're in compliance by implementing that pronouncement. So starting from the half bottom of the page, we encountered no difficulties in performing our audit. We have corrected all misstatements through the adjusting journal entry, and the management has accrued all of them. We do not have any disagreements with management in performing our audit. Next page on page 3. From the top, we did acquire the management representation letter dated in November 19, 2025, which was also your audit report date. So starting from this year, the LGC has extended the deadline of the audit to December 31st. So for going forward, if you see that date was before December 31st, you know that your audit was on time. So from time to time, we do need to consult with other independent accountants or independent auditors in performing our audit. This year that did not happen. So under the subheading, other auditing findings or issues, one issue draw attention to the Water and Sewer Administration Department was overspent by roughly $35,000. But that was due to incorporating some of the pension-related expenditures into the sewer and water fund. So sometimes the year-end accrued process, if you don't accrue for the pension-related calculation, that might happen. And this year, unfortunately, that will be a FPSC. That stands for Financial Performance Indicators of Concern. It's a concept invented by LGC about 3 years ago. If you have been on the board a long time, you used to see what they call unit letters. So if they have any concerns, you will send a physical letter and draw attention to those. 3 years ago, they changed the system into a spreadsheet, and now it's an online system. So we put in your key numbers of your financial statements in, and it automatically generates what they call FPSCs. And for this year, that was only FPSC, the concerns they have. And I will I will introduce more information toward the end of this presentation. So page 4 on the top, you will see for next fiscal year, GASB Standards 103 financial reporting model improvements will be implemented for next year. We do need to make the board aware of the additional time may be needed for this implementation. Currently, we're under training for this pronouncement. As far as we know, it doesn't change any numbers like GASB 101. but it just modifies some wordings on your financial statements, your MDA, your notes section. It just adds more information and details into the financial statements. Currently, we don't have an estimate on how much time it needed, but like I said, we're still under training for that. Just want to make the board aware of that change. Starting from page 5 here, it is our customary, I'm so sorry, the numbers are so small over there, but I'll try to make sure that you understand the key numbers here. So it is our customary to present to you 5 years worth of key data, so you can see the numbers comparison here. So the first row here, your total fund balance rise to $8.3 million. If you go back to 5 years ago, you can see that number practically doubled. And the general fund expenditure almost tripled from 5 years ago, from $3.7 million to 11.7. As the community grows and the population grows, with everything pricing rising, that's very understandable. So down there, you will see the available fund balance as a percentage of general fund expenditures being 57%. Anytime you see that percentage above 8%, single number 8%, you're in good shape. So that's a threshold LGC used to evaluate your financial health. So 8% roughly is 100% divided by 12 months, so it's 8.3%. They really want you to have enough fund balance to cover 1 month worth of expenditures, just in case if that month you have no revenue incoming, you still have enough fund balance to cover that expenditure. So at 57%, we're still in good shape. Down there, you can see the revenue over or under expenditure before transfers. The reason why we exclude transfers is because transfers don't happen every year, and they're not consistent. So we take out the outliers to show you the true revenue under or over or under expenditures. For lack of a better word, just imagine net loss or net income. So you can see for this year, general fund has a net income of almost $3 million, and so as the water and sewer has $3.4 million increase. Down there you can see the comparison between cash and the fund balance, and later we'll have charts to show you better, to give you a better visual of the change. Property tax rate remain the same as 50 cents per $100, and collection percentage rise to 99.24%. That's very close to the city average. We do want the collection percentage to be as high as possible to keep the revenue flowing. Levy amount rise almost $800,000 due to the population growing. Down there you can see the breakdown of your general fund revenue and the expenditures. Revenue, we have roughly $14 million compared to expenditures at $11 million, and that explains the $3 million increase in your fund balance in general fund. So flip over to page 6 here, we have several charts to show you the trends. The top chart shows you the analysis of your fund balance. The blue bar shows the total fund balance, and the red bar shows the restricted ones. And the difference between blue and red, that's the portion of fund balance available for you to appropriate, budget, and use. And you can see a steady increase from 5 years ago, almost doubled fund balance. These are very good indicators of your financial health. Down there, you can see the analysis of your total fund balance as a percentage of general fund expenditures. Again, this is not an indicator that the LGC use. They use the next page on the top, the available fund balance as a percentage of your general fund expenditures. But like I said, if that number is above 8%, you're in good shape. Down there, you can see the analysis of the revenue over or under expenditures. Again, for lack of a better word, you can see if the bar is above if the bar is above $0, that means you have a net income, and vice versa if you have bar below $0. And you can see the red bar shows the capital projects funds. And since the capital projects funds is they're multi-year fund, they don't necessarily reflect the current year change. So for instance, in 2021, you have a red bar below $0, but they bounce back over the years. But I draw attention to 24 and 25. You can see the green bar shows for the water and sewer fund. They have consistently increasing, and so is the the blue bar shows for the general fund for this year's increase. All very good health indicators of your financial health again. Next page, page 8. On the top, we have the cash versus cumulative depreciation. About 2 years ago, the LGC has introduced another indicators of concern, the FPSC, regarding your cumulative depreciation. That's why we include this chart into here. Basically, their logic is if your accumulated depreciation stands for 50%, over 50% of the total fixed asset. They believe that you may have a need to replace some of them, and that might be issue of concern. But currently, we're in good shape. Down there, you can see the comparison between your cash and fund balances. On the left side, you have your cash. The green portion shows the general fund. I'm sorry, the green portion shows the water and sewer fund, and the blue portion shows the general fund. You can see the vast majority of your cash is split in between general and the water and sewer. Right there, you can see, on the right side, you can see the fund balance chart. The green bar, vast majority of your fund balance is in the water and sewer fund. And that's very understandable. Water and sewer has a lot of infrastructures, pipes, sewer lines. Those stands for a lot of fund balances. So down there, you can see the number comparison between the general fund and the water and sewer fund. So I do draw your attention that for the fund balance and the cash balances, those are not comparable numbers. So the fund balance do include other items other than the cash. So when you see the $24 million for water and sewer fund, you basically for the cash you only have $8 to $9 million. Next page, on page 9, the top chart shows the property tax rates analysis. The reason why the red bar is for the group weighted average is behind 1 year is because the state normally collect or publish this data after the fiscal year. After all, where majority of the audits has been submitted, so they can do the comparison analysis for the red bar. So you will always see that red bar is behind 1 year. But for Troutman, currently we're above the group weighted average on the tax rate, and we're still above the group weighted average on the collection percentage show down there. And you can see the green bar shows the state average at 83%, and we're currently above the state average rate on the collection rate. Page 10, you can see 2 pie charts shows the breakdown of your general fund revenue and the expenditures. Top there, you can see roughly 60% of your revenue came from added value taxes. That's why we say for the smaller towns and cities, the property tax is the bloodline for the revenue. It counts for roughly over half of your revenue incoming. That's why the importance of the high tax collection rate cannot be overlooked. Down there, you can see the expenditures for 36% draw to general government and 30% to public safety, 25% to street and public works. And these are all in line with towns with similar size and populations. Page 11 here, if you have anything from this presentation, it will be this page. So like I said, 2-3 years ago, the LGC changed their communication way to voice their concerns, and this year you only have to respond to that budget violation, $35,000 roughly for the water and sewer fund. And within 60 days, that's 60 days, 2 months away from today, you're obligated to submit a formal response to the state addressing this concern. I already sent Gina all the resources you can get, and basically they have a portal. You need to draw a formal letter on your letterhead. Everybody needs to sign. All council members, town manager, finance director, and submit that through their portal. So, like I said, any question you may have for not only tonight, but if you go home, flip through the pages, any question you may have, I'm happy to answer them for you. And thanks so much for your time.
Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Zing? Great, thank you.
All right, thanks so
Thorough
much.
recap, and we appreciate that. Gina, your first audit?
Yes. My first audit, although I can't take credit for this one, but happy with where the town is right now.
Oh, good, thank you. The next item on our agenda is to consider appointment of and reappointment of the ABC Board terms. And we've got a couple of appointments here. I'll turn it over to Kim. Do you want to handle those, or Justin?
Okay, our first one is for the ABC Board for a term expiring on 1/12/26. Actually, both terms are expiring that day. The first one is appointment of Steve Cash on that staggering term to expire 12/31/29. And Steve is here tonight. Steve, would you like to do an introduction and,
Sure.
okay, go ahead.
I'm Steve Cash. I've been a long-time citizen of the Troutman area. I live just outside the city limits. My property now joins the Walmart property, to give you an idea of where I'm located at. I previously ran a business for close to 50 years. The business is still in business. So I understand profit and loss, ROIs, I understand how to work employees. And I previously served on the board in its initial, when we started building. So I was sort of looked after the board's interest during construction to make sure that we could keep the building on time to move in on the designated December the 1st of 2016. We were told by officials, state officials, that it would take 24 months from start to get the store open. Well, this board, which was a 5-member board at the time, accomplished that task in 9 months. So that tells you how aggressive your board has been in the ABC board. As I said earlier, there was a 5-man board, and I was appointed originally for a 2-year term, and the state decided that 5 was too many on the board. They went to 3, so I basically was low man out, so I just turned off. So I'm now asking to be put back in that board due to some retirement of a board member. So I feel like I understand, because when we first started opening this store has been special to me from day one, because it was helped see it get out of the ground. I looked after the construction mostly with Latham, and so I reported to him on a daily basis. I worked between the contractors and subcontractors to make sure that we could meet our December the 1st. So I understand how deadlines and things must be met. Also, when we first started, things were a little tight. We didn't have money to operate. We didn't have a lot of money to have employees, so a lot of us board members would come in and help unload the truck and actually put the products on the shelf. So I very much know from hand to foot how the ABC board works. So any questions from anyone?
Great. Any questions for Mr. Cash?
I would just like to say welcome back. I'm glad you're coming back on the board.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cash. Appreciate you putting your name in the hat again. I know you did a lot of work early on, and I know Layton has some faith in you and support. So, again, we appreciate you, your willingness to step back up on the board. So, thank you for that. Kim?
And our second one on the ABC board is reappointment of Kim Cavan. And Kim has served a 3-year term already.
Okay, great. Council, you've heard from Mr. Cash, and as well as the reappointment of Kim Cavan. Is there a motion regarding these 2 appointments?
I'd like to make a motion that we appoint back to the board Mr. Cash, and also back to the board Ms. Cavan.
Is there a second? Motion is made to appoint Mr. Cash for the term expiring 12/31/29, and reappointment of Ms. Cavan for the appointment that will expire 12/31/28. Is there a second? Can I get a second? Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Hearing none, motion passes. Again, welcome back. Thank you. Thank you. Good to see you, Layton.
Good to see you too. Thank you, Mayor.
The next item on the agenda is consideration for the reappointment of the Design Review Board. Kim?
Okay, the first one is appointment of Richard Parsons to fill the unexpired term of Mr. Harris. That term will be expiring 11/12/27. Richard was at agenda briefing on Monday and done an introduction of himself, and he has previously served on this board. And the second one is reappointment of Karen Van Fleet. She served her 3-year term and is reapplying for reappointment.
Great. Council, you heard from Mr. Parsons on Monday, and Ms. Van Fleet is a reappointment. Is there a motion regarding the Design Review Board?
I make a motion that we appoint Mr. Parsons and reappoint Mrs. Van Fleet.
Is there a second? Motion is made, received a second. Any other question or comment? All those in favor say aye. Any opposition? Hearing none, motion passes. Mr. Harris, thank you for ensuring you had a replacement. That's right. The next item is the consideration appointment of Planning and Zoning Board. I'll turn it over to Ms. Davis.
Okay, there's 2 positions also there to be appointed. One is appointment of Michael Agnew. He is currently the inside alternate, and he would be filling the inside voting member to fill the unexpired term of Ms. Bartlett. The second one is appointment of Linda Bishop as inside alternate to fill the unexpired term of Michael, who, if in case you move him up.
Okay. Council, you've heard from Mr. Adney and Ms. Bishop. Is there a motion regarding the Planning and Zoning Board?
That motion to appoint them to the positions listed.
Motion is made to appoint Mr. Adney and Ms. Bishop to Planning and Zoning. Is there a second?
Second, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Any other question or comment? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Hearing none, motion passes. Thank you, Ms. Bartlett, for ensuring you had a replacement. The next item on the agenda is the consideration and adoption of the 2027 budget calendar. Ms. Alangino?
Thank you, sir. We discussed this briefly on Monday, and just wanted to get it back in front of you with some new dates. And really on this item, I'm just looking for consensus. Most of the dates are for staff to sort of work around the different retreats that we've got that lead up to the adoption of the new budget. So the primary things for you all to look at are the dates in February and the dates in April. We've got a strategic planning session listed for February 25th and 26th. And after the input on Monday, we went ahead and scheduled those on here for 8 to 2 both days. Same in April 22nd and 23rd, 8 to 2. And if you all can decide on a date, we'll work on a location and get that nailed down and start planning for that.
Any questions regarding the calendar dates? I suspect maybe there might be some conflicts, but right now we need to approve our calendars, but we'll move forward. Nothing right now. Okay. Is there a motion to approve the 2027 budget calendar? Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion is made, received a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Hearing none, motion passes. Thank you. The next item on the agenda is public comments, and we ask that anyone who would like to address the council with any comments or concerns, limit your comments to 3 minutes. Please state your name and sign in at the podium.
I've already signed in. My name's Albert Bagnozzi. I live in the Weathers Creek community. I've been here 4 years. I've been to the last couple meetings, and most of the concerns of the people in the neighborhood were to find out when anything is going to get finished. There's supposed to be a walking path. It's not done yet. Nothing has been done. The streets are still not paved. And we did receive an email and something on the website about they were supposed to start this week. We haven't seen anybody. So I just want to know if there's anything that the council heard or anything like that. I talked to Mr. Harris before I got here, and he said he had some news.
Okay. One moment. We'll address it in just a moment. So
Okay,
thank you for bringing it
that's
to our
fine.
attention.
That's all I had to say.
Great, thank you. Anyone else?
Good evening,
Good evening.
Mr. Mayor, councilors, Madam Clerk, welcome, Mr. Town Manager, Chief Watson. My name's Dan Hester. You're all familiar with me, probably have never met me, one of you have. Mr. Mayor, back in November this past year, I made a public records request seeking information on the separation agreement between the town and the former town manager as reported in the Iredell Free News. I asked under what authority did council have to provide $100,000 severance and continue to pay health care benefits until the former town manager qualifies for Medicare. The mayor's response to my inquiry remains inadequate. The mayor said the separation was necessary after reviewing his inability to perform his duties in a time frame that is specified in his contract. Insofar as the continuation of health care, the mayor said in consultation with the attorney, it was based on precedent that was set for previous retirees. My inquiry in this matter has nothing to do with the former town manager as an individual. I wish him well, and I hope he has a full recovery. This matter has everything to do with my elected officials who I believe have blatantly abused taxpayers' money that exceeds standards and without authority or capacity to do so. The former town manager's separation was because he was ill, already on an extensive leave. I understand council's decision to move on. What has not been disclosed, sir and ladies, is the legal basis to which the terms of the separation agreement were executed. I'm not a human resource expert, but I do understand what separation with, quote, just cause means in a contract. And in fact, the contract itself between the town and the former town manager is clear and leaves no doubt. The man, according to the contract, was terminated for just cause. Specifically, the contract states on page 6, clause B, just cause, an employee may be terminated for just cause if the employee became physically or mentally disabled to the extent he cannot perform his normal, usual duties in the required amount of time. Perhaps ignoring a contract is commonplace in the private sector, but it should not be tolerated in the public sector. When you are collecting taxpayers' money and then misappropriating those monies, as you did in this case, in my opinion, that's a problem. I demand this council to provide its citizens an explanation on how this utilization of taxpayers' monies was decided. The explanation should be clear, precise, and transparent. In many ways, Counselor, this misappropriation of taxpayer monies smells like a rotting fish in the room. The decision has the same distinctive characteristics used by this council to provide the former town manager with an increase of 105% in his base salary over the course of 4 years. How did you arrive at this outlandish decision? In closing, as elected officials, you are required under the North Carolina Constitution to act for the benefit of the public and not an individual. Where was the benefit to the public? I suggest you all, and whoever advised you to make this decision, read Article V, Section 2 of the North Carolina Constitution. In my opinion, and from my research, the elected officials who approved this decision have violated the public purpose doctrine and should be held accountable personally for your ill-advised decision. Thank you, Mr. Mayor and councilors.
Thank you.
I'll leave a copy for the clerk to be part of the record. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, anyone else like to approach the council? Right, thank you. At this time, we will move on through our agenda. First item is our elected official reports and comments. And I will start to my left, Mr. Jarosinski.
Well, we've had a short meeting here today. It's kind of nice to enter the new year on that. It's good to get a good budget report, clean budget report back and audit. And that, I really don't have much to add. I think the public that came in and spoke today, it's nice that you come in and voice your opinions and your concerns to us. Otherwise, we wouldn't know. And enjoy the new year.
Thank you. Ms. Harris.
Happy New Year, everyone. I'm so glad to see everyone and hope everyone had a great holiday. I wanted to say that I was glad to see the list of people stepping up to be on the different boards that we have. I know we had put it out a couple months ago, you know, asking citizens to step up, and it's so good to see so many wanting to step up into these roles. So welcome to all the new ones. And it's so good to see so many people in the room. I know it doesn't seem like a lot of people. Sometimes it's just us in here, but it's good to see other people in the room. And that is all I have, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Now.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Very happy to see the participation in our residents coming to the meeting tonight. It's great to see a good crowded room. So thank you for spending your time with us this evening. And we welcome any comments or opinions, so please don't be afraid to share them with us. Prior to, we listen and we take back what our residents and concerns are. So again, thank you for coming out this evening. Next Friday is our Martin Luther King Day breakfast and work. So I'd like to see as many residents and citizens come out and participate in the breakfast. If you're interested in the breakfast, you can get a hold of our Parks and Rec office by calling the number and telling them you'd like to come. It is free, so please come and enjoy the Martin Luther King Day breakfast. And then we have a work where we go out in the community and clean it up. As our mayor states, it's a day on instead of a day off. So, and also great to see the Panthers in 10 years going to a playoff game. So I wish them good luck. So thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Now. Ms. Bartlett. Thank you. Mr. Harris.
Okay, well, just outside the door here, I had to look at a newspaper yesterday. That was the Iredell Free News January edition, and it had the 26 change makers. And lo and behold, is our Miss Councilwoman Felina Harris for her Circle of Giving membership and all the things she's done since 2015 to be a change maker for 2026. And I just want to congratulate her.
Thank you.
And the other thing, let's see, I was going to add is, at the end of the meeting, after the meeting's over, you'll meet with me and Justin. He can give you kind of a little update on Weathers Creek.
Okay.
Or unless he does it during his talk. But he sent a note to us, what I was telling you earlier, was that telling us what's going on with that. So that way, give you a little update.
Okay, there's a lot of people like complaining on the website, you know, I go back and just say, this is what's happening. Maybe you could quiet down.
And even like on Monday, Eddie brought up the need of our councilman now to make sure let these people know that all you guys were here the last couple of months.
Yeah.
Giving updates. Justin's been putting one together to us so we can try to get them to you guys. So anyhow, just hang with a minute with the council meeting.
Okay.
And that's, I'd also like to thank some of the staff over the last couple of weeks. And I'm glad to hear Tanya had some of the same trouble with the email and everything else getting set up as new council members. You know, we changed from what I had before, just 2 years ago to Outlook. But I've had Justin's help, I've had Isabella's help and Terrence and Gina trying to get all, everything done from the pay stuff, all that done. So I appreciate all the help they gave me, and the others is Justin and Andrew and Austin on a couple different things I had on, when I was out in campaigning. These people had these different issues and come up during these times, and these guys have been a big help to me to at least respond to people so that they don't think I walked away from them once I won the election. So that's all I have.
Great, thank you, Mr. Harris. Again, Happy New Year. Appreciate all the comments from council. Do look forward to the MLK breakfast. And as Mr. Now said, encourage everyone to come out and participate. I think registration is also on the website, so it should be easy to register. So again, look forward to having everyone participate on that day as well. I would say that just in response to, as Mr. Harris was mentioning, there is a lot of conversation that we're having regarding the developments. There is work being done to address these issues, so it's not falling on deaf ears. I actually appreciate you coming and ensuring that you're representing your neighbors, and I think that's important. And I think that's admirable on your part, taking the time out to again, come and be able to share with them, but also keeping us on task. So again, we appreciate that, and we hear you. It's definitely not falling on deaf ears. I know, I was gonna say, there's a lot of games on tonight, so, but we're trying to get out of here early, as Mr. Jarozinski stated. So at this time, I won't belabor it any longer. Just mention that I did respond to Mr. Hester's request, and we'll follow up again with our attorney, and if there's anything there that we need to respond to, we'll respond accordingly. But again, appreciate his comments as well. So this time, Mr. Longino.
Thank you, sir. Wanted to make sure we mentioned the MLK Day event, so y'all took care of that. The other sort of just small announcement I wanted to make is that Andrew had a CRTPO TCC meeting today. That's the Charlotte Regional Transportation and Planning Organization Technical Coordinating Committee meeting, which he has been vice chair of for a number of years, I think. And they voted today to make him the chair of the TCC for Cartpo. So great to have him so involved in that, and then thought so highly of, as Mayor Young mentioned in our last meeting, within the region. So proud of him for accomplishing that. Glad to have an audit submitted and presented and behind us. There are some towns out there that are a couple years behind on their audits. So great to come to a new town and have that completed and behind us. So looking forward to working with Gina next year on the next one. We'll touch base afterward on Weathers Creek. Definitely have an update for you. And just wanted to say, sort of to that point in general from the discussion on Monday, that the staff has done a great job over the last 6 months or so, and Justin Mundy as interim manager of trying to keep things moving forward and keep things afloat. I don't think there's been as much of a central point of contact from the staff that there could have been. So I just want you to know, and then anybody else that's had problems with communities in Troutman, that we're working hard on that to make that more streamlined and efficient, and we'll be open and here for anybody that needs us, and stay on top of the developers and everything that we need to be doing. Has just lagged a little bit. Could be more efficient. So we'll be on top of that going forward, and that's all I've got, sir.
Great. I failed to mention, thank all the staff. I know a lot has gone in the last few months, and again, we appreciate all the work that you all have done. And as I stated earlier, Gina, first audit, and Justin, you kind of raised the bar, so look forward to next year. Again, continue to have a clean audit. And so, again, we appreciate all the work that you all do, and all the new faces on our team, and Bellen and everybody. So, again, thank you for what you do for our town. So we appreciate it. So with that, anything else for the good of the order?
Today's actually their 1 month, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Happy 1 month.
Everybody came back. That's a good thing.
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a second? If you don't want a second, you can stay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Hearing none, motion passes. Thank you.
Tony, don't get used to this.